2, Chapter 1. Hey readers, this is a story that I thought about doing after playing some Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship. This is a crossover between Naruto and Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Naruto born in the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX universe. With the help of good friends and parents, Naruto quickly rises to become a dueling prodigy with cards and decks of awesome cards. Now he's headed to Duel Academy to become the best, and boy are they in for a surprise. Enjoy. The Maelstrom Duelist. Entry Duel. Start off with a bang. In Domino City, the city where Duel Monsters was especially important and favored, with the city being home to Kaiba Industries. The city was especially in buzz as the dueling stadium in the city was being used to host the Kaiba Corp Duel Academy entrance exams, where students who passed their duel entrance exams were to duel against duel proctors for their chance to enter the academy. The academy had the reputation for teaching the best duelists in the world. The academy entrance exams were just about to close as the two academy registers were putting away the finished papers when a black car drove up to the entrance. The driver got out and opened the passenger door to let the passenger out. The passenger stepped out to reveal a young man, a teenager about the age of about 14 with blonde spiky hair and 6 distinct scars on his face that looked like whisker marks. The young man was tall, lean and fit. He had on blue jeans with Converse sneakers. He had a belt on with a Maelstrom symbol buckle and 3 pouches on his belt that held his dueling deck and other cards he interchanged with his deck. He had on a black t-shirt with the Kaiba Corp logo and a dark red and orange button-up with the Industrial Illusion symbol on the back. He had a small green necklace around his neck and a backpack on his back. He was Naruto Namikaze. Thanks for the ride, Roland. Naruto said to the driver. My pleasure. Good luck, sir. Roland said as he got back in the car and drove away as Naruto went up to the desk. Hi, I'm here to register for the Duel Academy entrance exams. Naruto said. Sure. The register said as she held out some papers for him to fill out when they heard a shout. Wait. They heard as they saw a teenage boy climb over the railing from the trees. The boy had a brown hair, a bit spiky but gelled back. He was wearing a black blazer with a red shirt and a backpack on his back. Wait, I'm here for the exams. You can count, Jaden Yuki as present. That is, if I don't lose my grip. Jaden joked as Naruto ran over to help him. Here. Naruto said as he helped pull Jaden over. Thanks. Jaden said. You a new student too? Yeah, I just got here. Come on, let's register. Naruto said as they filled out their paperwork and walked in to see a whole bunch of duels going on. Once again, all duelists who passed their duel entrance exams, please head to registration. To those who have failed, better luck next year. An announcer said as the other students who passed the test watched. Some were wearing blue school uniforms to symbolize they were in Obelisk Blue, the best of the best, and had gone to Duel Academy Prep School to receive their placement in Obelisk Blue. Others were wearing regular clothes and watching as the last duels finished up. The last duel was taking place as everyone was watching. The Proctor had a big shield Gardna and a gear golem the moving fortress on his field in defense mode with 1,900 life points left, while the applicant had a Vorse Raider in attack mode with a face-down card. He had 3,200 life points. Okay, new guy. Multiple choice. You have 2 monsters staring you down. Do you A, throw in the towel? B, beg for mercy? Or C, run home to mama? The Proctor exclaimed as the applicant was calm. I'll go with D, none of the above. He replied as he activated his Ring of Destruction trap card. A trap? The Proctor exclaimed. Indeed. You see, with Ring of Destruction, I can select on attack position monster on the field to destroy, and we both lose life points equal to that monster's attack points. The applicant said as a ring formed around Vorse Raider's neck and exploded, destroying him, and dropped both of their life points by 1,900, with the Proctors losing all of his and losing the duel. Clever move, applicant. Welcome to the academy. The Proctor said. Thank you, oh wise Proctor. The applicant said with a bow. A small boy with glasses and blue hair was watching the duel as Jaden and Naruto watched as well and walked to the railing. "Wow, that guy really tore it up," Jaden said. "Yeah. Bastion Misawa, they say he got the second highest score out of all us applicants." The boy said. "Really, I barely passed." Jaden said. "Yeah, me too. My name is Cyrus, by the way. Nice to meet you. I kind of have a thing where I get test anxiety. I don't know how I won my match." Cyrus said. "But you won it. That proves you belong at Duel Academy. Don't sell yourself short, Cyrus." Naruto said as Cyrus smiled at the kind words. "Naruto, how'd you do on the test?" Cyrus asked. "You're looking at the guy who completely aced it." Naruto said as they looked at him. "You aced it? How?" Cyrus asked. "Let's just say, I've spent a lot of time dueling." Naruto said as they looked at him. Meanwhile, back with the proctors, they were discussing their new students who were joining the academy. "Looks like we got a pretty good crop this year," one said. "Indeed." Another replied as the feminine-looking proctor wearing obelisk blue was closing his books when another proctor walked up to him. "Excuse me, Mr. Sorry to interrupt, but 2 more applicants have arrived to take their entrance duels." The proctor said. "Did you just call me Mr.?" The man asked in an offended tone. "I'm sorry, I knew here Mrs. I have a PhD in dueling, I've earned the title doctor, thank you. As for the duelists, tell them they'll have to come back next year." Growler said. "But only one of them arrived here late. The other arrived here within the deadline. Besides, I don't think you will want to turn this student away." The proctor said. "Come on, Dr. Growler. We have time for 2 more duels." One proctor said. "Yeah, let them have their shot." Another said. "They were just a bit late." Another replied. "Late is rude." Growler shouted in anger. "I don't have time for these slackers." He yelled as his cell phone began to ring. "Hello, and who may I ask is this?" he asked but froze when he heard who it was. "It's Shepard." A male voice responded. "Ah, Chancellor Shepard." Growler said, nervous. "I'm just calling to make sure that everything is running smoothly, Growler. I don't want a repeat of what happened last year. When you cut a third of our student applicants for some ridiculous reason, what was it, calling you Mrs. or Mr. just make sure everyone gets a fair shot. And I'm told that Seto Kaiba says there is a special duelist who will be entering our academy, so look forward to that." Shepard said as he hung up. "Furry-chinned windbag." Growler whisper. "Doesn't he realize there are enough talentless flunkies at this school? But if he says to give them duels, I will." Growler thought as he got up and left. Back with Naruto and the others, Bastion had just gotten back to his seat as Jaden walked up to him. "Tight duel, Bastion." Jaden said. "Thank you." Bastion replied. "From the looks of it, you might be the second best duelist here." Jaden said happily. "Actually, third best. I'm the best here, Jaden." Naruto replied as Jaden chuckled. "Oh no. I'm the best." Jaden said as he heard his name called for his duel. "And I'll prove it. Let's go." Jaden said as he left for his duel and faced Dr. Valiant Growler, head of the Blue Dorm. The duel began even though it looked bad for Jaden as Growler had used his own deck and summoned Ancient Gear Golem. Jaden won using Elemental Hero Flame Wingman and Skyscraper, winning his duel. Jaden won his duel and headed back to the stands with his duel disc as he ran up to Naruto and Cyrus. "So, Naruto, what did you think of that? Am I the best duelist here?" Jaden asked. "Not bad, Jaden. But I'm still the best," Naruto said as he walked down the stairs to the duel field and got into position to see Growler dusting himself off from his recent loss with a look of determination to get payback. "All right, Doc. Ready?" Naruto shouted. "Patience, young scholar. That is the first lesson in Duel Monsters." Growler said. "There is no way I'm going to suffer another defeat." Naruto pulled out a duel disc from his backpack and this one was different. Instead of the traditional blue and white ones, this one was dark orange and crimson. It had the same base as the other dual discs, the deck went in the same place, but a large roaring fox head took place at the edge where the field spell would go. Naruto pulled out his deck and put it in and activated it. "Let's go!" Naruto shouted as the fox head moved to the side and then extended out, showing the rest of the dual disc field. "A fancy dual disc doesn't make a great duelist," Growler said as he activated his. "Sure, but it looks cool," Naruto said as they each drew 5 cards. "Let's duel," they shouted as their life point counter set to 4,000. Naruto looked at his hand and smiled. He had some good cards. Naruto's hand: Defender the Magical Knight, Monster Reborn, Double Spell, Skilled Dark Magician, and Cloning. "I'll start things off," Naruto said as he started his turn and drew his first card. Naruto drew his card and saw it was Emblem of Dragon Destroyer and decided to save it for later. "I placed 1 card in defense mode, and put 4 cards face down," Naruto said as a card appeared in face down defense position and 4 other cards were face down on his field. "That'll do for now," Naruto said as he ended his turn. "Alright then, my turn. And I'll play Graceful Charity. It allows me to draw 3 cards if I discard 2. Growler said as he did. "Next I'll play my Ancient Gear Soldier. Come out." Growler summoned an Ancient Gear Soldier, as it looked old and decrepit, and it was holding an old rifle. ATK 1300. "Now I play Limiter Removal. This card doubles my monster's attack points," Growler said as the soldier's attack was now 2600. "Ancient Gear Soldier, attack that face-down monster," Growler shouted as the soldier opened fire and destroyed Naruto's face-down, which was Defender the Magical Knight, only 2000 defense, so it was destroyed. "Now, I'll play Confiscation. You should remember this since I used it in my last duel. I pay 1000 life points and I get to look at your hand and send 1 card to the graveyard." Naruto had only 1 card, so he showed it to Growler. Growler saw the Skilled Dark Magician card and sent it to the graveyard. "Now I'll place 1 card face down and end my turn," Growler said as he ended his turn. "My move," Naruto said as he drew a card and saw it was Pot of Greed. "I play Pot of Greed to draw 2 extra cards," Naruto said as he drew 2 guards when Growler shouted. "Wait a moment. I activate my face down, Premature Burial. By giving up 800 life points I can summon a monster that is in my graveyard. So come out, Ancient Gear Golem," Growler said as his Ancient Golem came out onto the field and his life points dropped to 2200. "With my Golem on the field, this duel is over. ATK 3000. "Oh, it will be, but not the way you think it will. If that Golem is your deck's prized possession, this won't be much of a challenge. I was expecting more," Naruto said as Growler grew angry. "You insolent slacker. This card is super rare and powerful. Nothing in that weak deck will be able to stand against my Golem," Growler shouted. "That's rude. If certain people heard what you said, you'd be out of a job," Naruto said as Growler was confused. "What do you mean?" Growler asked. "Tell me, Growler. Have you heard of the Namikazes?" Naruto asked. Of course, Minato Namikaze is a famous card designer for industrial illusions while his wife is a big executive at Kaibacorp, Growler said. "And my last name happens to be?" Naruto asked as Growler went wide-eyed. You're the son of Minato Namikaze," Growler shouted as all the students went wide-eyed. "Yup. I've grown up with Duel Monsters and my parents' jobs also got me close to some really nice and good people, like Seto Kaiba and the champion Yugi Muto. They helped teach me Duel Monsters and craft my deck, so watch what you say. Time to show you my deck is no joke," Naruto shouted as he activated his face down, cloning. "Cloning?" Growler shouted in fear. "That's right, the cloning trap card creates a token monster with the same attack and defense points as any monster on the field that I choose, and I choose Ancient Gear Golem." Naruto said as his trap card oozed out a blob of goo that then turned into an ancient gear golem. Now I activate my spell card, Monster Reborn, which allows me to bring back a monster from my graveyard. Come back, skilled dark magician. Naruto shouted as a magician holding a staff appeared. He wore a cloak with 2 special orbs on his shoulders and 1 on his hood. Next, I'll activate my other face-down card, Double Spell. By discarding 1 spell card from my hand, I can play a spell card from your graveyard. Naruto said as he got rid of the dragon's treasure card he drew. His double spell card then turned into Graceful Charity. I choose Graceful Charity, so I'll draw 3 cards and discard 2. Naruto said as he drew 3 and discarded 2. As he did so, 2 orbs on skilled dark magician's cloak lit up. What are those lights? Cyrus asked. Those are spell counters. Bastion said as Cyrus and Jaden looked at him. It's skilled dark magician's special ability. Every time a spell card is played, a spell counter is activated. If Naruto's gets 3, this will be interesting. Now I activate a spell card from my hand, cost down. Naruto shouted as a spell card appeared on his field. This is pretty self-explanatory, but now my monster's level go down by 2. Naruto said as skilled dark magician's 3rd spell counter lit up. And now that all 3 spell counters are glowing, I can activate its skilled dark magician's special effect. I can now tribute him to summon a good friend. Come out, dark magician. Naruto shouted as skilled dark magician raised his staff up and it glowed dark before it consumed him and he was then transformed into the legendary dark magician. The magician twirled his staff and landed in front of Naruto, turned to him and bowed. Impossible. Only the king of games has the dark magician cards. Growler shouted. A birthday gift. Naruto said as dark magician glared at Growler. Now, to continue my turn, I activate my last face-down card, Emblem of Dragon Destroyer. This card allows me to add Buster Blader to my hand. Now I'll play my Fiend's Sanctuary spell card. Naruto shouted as he placed the card and a Fiend token appeared. Don't worry, this Fiend token won't stick around because I'm going to sacrifice him to summon Buster Blader. Naruto shouted as the token exploded into particles and a large knight in dark black armor holding a large curved sword appeared and took its place next to Dark Magician. Time to end this duel. Clone token, take out that golem, mechanized melee. Naruto shouted as the clone golem punched the real golem and both were destroyed. Buster Blader, take out that gear soldier, Buster Slash. Naruto shouted as Buster Blader jumped high in the air and as it landed it slashed the gear soldier in half and it was destroyed, dropped Growler's life points from 2200 to 900. Dark Magician, end it. Dark Magic Attack. Naruto shouted. Wait uncle. Growler shouted as the magician twirled his staff and pointed it at Growler and a blast of dark energy smashed into him and sent him on his back and his life points dropped to 0. Buster Blader and Dark Magician turned and faced Naruto and bowed to him as Naruto smiled back. Thanks, you guys. Naruto said. Our pleasure. Dark Magician said as they faded away with the end of the duel. Never underestimate me. Believe it. Naruto shouted as the whole arena erupted into applause. All right, Naruto. Jaden shouted. Impressive. He's skilled and has cards he knows what to do with. Bastion said. He's incredible. Cyrus said as some of the obelisks were pissed. That was dumb luck. That slacker is going to be gone soon, and those rare cards of his will be mine. Chazz Princeton said with an evil smirk. Not bad. If he's got training and cards from the champion himself, things will get interesting. Alexis Rhodes of Obelisk Blue said. Seems like I might have a worthy challenger now. Zane Truesdale said. Really, not going soft on me are you Zane? Alexis asked as Zane smirked and walked away. Thanks, you guys. Just you wait, soon I'll be the greatest duelist in the world, and we'll face off against Yugi again soon. Naruto thought as he looked at his deck and the spectral form of Dark Magician appeared behind him. Line break XXXXX. Naruto had won his duel and was on his way to Duel Academy. He boarded the helicopter and he and the other students were flown across the ocean to Duel Academy, an island owned by Kaiba where the school was placed. It had everything it needed to function. The students were chatting amongst themselves, as they were excited to be heading there. Jaden was asleep while Cyrus was looking out the window. Naruto was sitting in the seat behind them, looking at his cards. He was rearranging his deck, adding in different cards and removing ones he didn't want to use in his next duel. Naruto looked at his Dark Magician card and the picture of the Dark Magician nodded at him as Naruto placed it in his deck. Naruto grabbed his Silent Magician next when felt someone sit down next to him. Nice cards. Naruto heard as he saw a beautiful girl about his age sit next to him. She was wearing the girl's obelisk blue uniform, with long blonde hair, brown eyes and a very curvy figure. Naruto recognized her from his dual entrance exam. He saw her at the top floor with another obelisk. Thanks. Naruto said as he put his cards away. I'm Naruto. I know who you are. I saw you duel at your dual entrance exam. My name is Alexis Rhodes. Alexis said as Naruto looked at her. Pleasure to meet you, Alexis. Naruto said. So, that was some duel you had against Dr. Growler. I'm impressed. At Duel Academy, no student has ever beaten him. Alexis said. Well, he wasn't that hard. I had about 15 other cards that could beat his gear golem. To be honest, when I saw him and Jaden duel, I thought he had the ultimate ancient gear golem. I guess he doesn't. Naruto joked as Alexis chuckled. You're interesting, Naruto. Alexis said as Naruto blushed and rubbed the back of his head. Thanks, I think. Naruto replied. So, you know the world champion? Alexis asked. I do. And Seto Kaiba, Joey Wheeler, and Maximilian Pegasus. Having a dad who is a big card designer at Industrial Illusions and a mom who is an executive at Kaiba makes for one interesting childhood. Lucky enough I had my cards to help me through it. Naruto said as he looked at his Dark Magician. What do you mean? Alexis asked. Well, when I was younger, my parents had to work a lot with Kaiba launching the Grand Championship and Pegasus pushing out new cards. They weren't at home as much. I understood, don't get me wrong, but it got lonely. So to help me through it, they got me my first deck of Duel Monsters, and after that my life changed. When I was a kid, I could have sworn that my monster card came to life. It was like a dream. Seeing the monsters jump from the cards and appear before you, it was amazing. They got me through some tough times and they've always had my back. Naruto said as Alexis smiled, but before she could speak, the pilot spoke through the intercom. Attention, students. If you look outside the windows, you'll see Duel Academy Island. Now then, fasten your seatbelts and set your seats back in their upright position. We're going to land. The pilot said as they landed at the Duel Academy. Well, I'll see you later, Naruto. Alexis said as she got up and left with other placed students while Naruto walked with the new students to the main hall of the academy building where the students were given their dorm placements and academy uniforms. When Naruto walked up to get his, he got a Slifer red uniform. He smiled as he stood next to Cyrus and Jaden as the other students were sorted and Chancellor Shepard then spoke. Good morning and welcome, my students. Chancellor Shepard said on the video screen. My name is Chancellor Shepard, the head of Duel Academy, and you are the best and brightest young duelists in the world. Now please, get yourselves settled in at your assigned dorms. I think you'll find them comfortable, depending on how you placed, of course. Shepard said as all the students then left to check out their dorms and look around the academy. Jaden and Cyrus hung out outside as Jaden looked at his Duel Academy PDA. I don't know about you, Cyrus, but it looks like I'm in the Slifer red dorm. Jaden said. That's cool. Same as me. Cyrus said as Jaden saw Bastion walk by. Hey, you in red, too? Jaden asked. Well now, let's see here, yellow sleeves, yellow buttons. I don't think so. Bastion said. Oh, I get it. Jaden said. So that's why Sai and I are in red. Please don't tell me that you've just figured that out now. Bastion said. So what? Ever think I'm colorblind? Jaden asked, offended. Well, no, actually I didn't. Are you colorblind? Bastion asked as Jaden chuckled. No, but I could have been. Jaden said. Anyway, have you seen Naruto? I figured he'd be in RA Yellow, but I haven't seen him. Bastion said. Sorry, I haven't seen him either. Jaden said. Me neither, but I remember seeing Naruto inside and he was wearing red. Cyrus said as Bastion was confused. That's odd. A duelist of Naruto's caliber should be in RA Yellow at least. Oh well, I guess he's not that great as he claims to be. Bastion said. I'm not so sure about that. Naruto may be in red, but he's an amazing duelist. I'm sure he has a reason for being in red. Cyrus said as Bastion nodded and walked away. See you around, Bastion. Jaden said. I doubt that. Your dorm's over there. Bastion said as Jaden and Cyrus saw their dorm and walked to check it out. As they did that, Naruto was walking through the academy on his way to see Chancellor Shepard. As Naruto was walking to Shepard's office, he smiled as he saw the adjustment that Shepard had made on his jacket. The Maelstrom Whirlpool symbol that was the symbol of his family, the Namikaze Uzumaki's symbol, and Naruto wore it with pride. Kaiba and Pegasus understood that, and so did Chancellor Shepard, so he made the adjustment to Naruto's jacket because of his respect and love for the boy he considered family. Naruto then knocked on the door of the Chancellor's office and he heard a come in. Naruto opened the door to see Chancellor Shepard and smiled. Shepard saw Naruto and smiled as well and got up and walked over and hugged him as Naruto hugged back. Naruto, it's good to see you. Shepard said. You too. It's been a long time. Naruto said. I know, I don't get to leave since I'm at Duel Academy all the time, but it's nice to have you here, my boy. Shepard said as he pat Naruto on the shoulder. Glad to be here. So why did you want to see me? Naruto asked. Actually, it's not just me that wants to talk to you but other people as well. Shepard said as he pressed a button on his computer and the large TV screen on his wall activated. It lit up as it then split down the middle, and on one side showed the Industrial Illusions logo while the other showed the Kaibacorp logo. The logos then disappeared to reveal Pegasus and Kaiba. It was a video call. Naruto, my boy. How are you? Pegasus asked. Pegasus. Kaiba. Naruto asked. It's good to see you, Naruto. Kaiba said. What's going on? Naruto asked. Something that we need your help with, Naruto. Kaiba said. For the past few weeks, something has been going on here at Duel Academy. Some students have gone missing, disappearing for some unknown reasons, and I'm afraid I've done all of the detective work and I've come up with nothing. Shepard said. Which is why we think it's best for someone else to find out what's going on. Kaiba added. You want me to investigate? I'm not exactly a detective. Naruto said. That may be true, but you are without a doubt intelligent and an incredible duelist. After all, you've defeated me and Kaiba boy. Isn't that right, Kaiba boy? Pegasus joked as Kaiba grumbled. Naruto was able to get Kaiba to duel him, and Naruto barely won by using his Dark Paladin against Kaiba's blue eyes. For winning that duel, Kaiba gave Naruto a gift. Something tells us that whatever is behind this will take the hands of an incredible duelist, and that's you. Kaiba said. Alright, if you need my help, then I'd be happy to. I'll find out what happened to the students. Naruto said as Shepard and Pegasus smiled and Kaiba smirked. Excellent. I knew you would. Good luck. Kaiba said as he signed off. Naruto, hand me your PDA. Shepard said as Naruto handed it to him, and Shepard pressed some buttons and entered a code which enabled Naruto's PDA and himself with full access to the academy. This will allow you full access to the academy to find some clues. Thanks. Naruto said as he put it back in his pocket. Oh, and before you go, Naruto boy. Your parents have a gift for you. They would have given it to you for your entrance exam, but you left before they had the chance. Pegasus said as Shepard held out a wooden box with a symbol on it, and Naruto remembered that symbol. It was red in color and the symbol looked like a large circle, but it wasn't complete and had other markings on it. It had a creepy looking head and tail, 2 claws, 2 small wings and 2 large wings. It was the mark of the Crimson Dragon. You're kidding. The cards are ready? Naruto asked. They are. Pegasus said as Naruto smiled as he took the case. I can't believe it. Naruto said. Well, believe it. After all the research and help you did with your father on the Crimson Dragon mark you found on that ancient tablet years ago, and the pictures of those other dragons, the cards are finally done. I've finished with the 6 dragons, but I'm also working on alternate forms, so look forward to that. And I'm proud to say that the cards will be packaged with my first prototype deck of tuner monsters. Pegasus said. Awesome. When I heard about your idea of a new type of monster, I was ecstatic. Those tuner monsters are going to be huge in the future. Naruto said as Pegasus chuckled. Of that I have no doubt, but they're not ready for selling yet, so you have the only cards now. Take good care of them. Pegasus said as Naruto nodded and Pegasus signed off. Well, it seems you got your work cut out for you. Good luck, my boy. Shepard said. Thanks, Chancellor Shepard. See you later. Naruto said as he left. Naruto smiled as he looked down at the box. He remembered when his dad told Pegasus about the idea of creating 6 new dragon cards, and when Pegasus gave him the green light, his dad was so excited. Naruto was also excited and worked with his dad on designing and researching the Crimson Dragon and the other dragons as well. He couldn't wait to make his new deck, but was soon brought out of his thought when he heard some noise coming from the main dueling arena. Can it, you too? He heard as he walked to the dueling arena and saw Jaden and Cyrus along with 3 other obelisks. Maybe the new kid's right. What I mean there, Chazz? One of the guys asked. He was one of the new kids who did beat Growler, after all. And that legendary rare monster of his, I suppose it takes some skill to pull that off. Chazz said. Got that right. Jaden said. Or was it dumb luck? Chazz asked, condescendingly. I say that we find out right now. It was skill. They heard as they saw Naruto walk up to them holding a box. Hey, you're that Naruto kid who also beat Growler. The other obelisk said. Naruto. Cyrus said. Hey bro, where were you? Jaden asked. Had to talk to Chancellor Shepard for a second. It's all okay. Naruto said. So the other slacker is here. Huh, I figured with how you beat Growler, and those skills you had you would have made RA yellow at least. Guess it was just dumb luck. Chazz said. Actually I could have placed into obelisk if I wanted to. But I asked to be put into Slifer red. Naruto said, which shocked them. Why? Cyrus asked. It was my decision. I wanted to go through Duel Academy and rise up the ranks rather than immediately start at the top of the top. I want to earn my place as the best duelist there is. Naruto said as Cyrus and Jaden smiled at the humility of their friend. Ha, what an idiot. Chazz said. Well, isn't this an motley crew? They all heard as they turned to see an obelisk blue girl. It was Alexis. Whoa, who is that? Cyrus asked. Alexis. Naruto said. Hey, Alexis. Have you come to see me mop the floor with my new little friend Jaden? Chazz asked arrogantly. It'll be a short duel, but an entertaining one for sure. I'm here to remind you about the obelisk welcome dinner. You're late. Alexis said. Oh. Come on, guys. Chazz said as he and his friends left. Sorry if Chazz rubbed you the wrong way. All of us obelisks aren't like that. He's just a jerk, especially with Slifers. It's all right, Alexis. Naruto said. Yeah, it's no big deal. Those types don't really bother me at all. Besides, I'd have beaten him in one turn. Jaden said with a goofy smile on his face as Naruto chuckled. You know, Jaden. Overconfidence isn't exactly a trait to be proud of. Naruto said as he then looked at his PDA to get the time. Oh, we better go. The Slifer welcome dinner's going to start, too, right? Jaden said as he and Cyrus left as Naruto followed. See you, Alexis. Naruto said as he followed Jaden, and Alexis smirked as she saw Naruto leave. Line break XXXXX. Naruto, Cyrus, and Jaden left for the Slifer dorm, and they were expecting an extravagant meal, but it was rather simple. Naruto didn't complain. It wasn't a 5-star elegant meal, but it was tasty. And Naruto got to meet the head of the Red Dorm, Professor Banner. He was cool, a bit odd, but nice. Though Dark Magician said there was something off about him. Anyway, after the meal, Naruto, Jaden and Cyrus retired to Jaden's and Cyrus's room to relax and drink some tea. Naruto's room was right next door, and he was the lucky one to get a single to himself. Oh, I'm stuffed. I'll tell you, that Professor Banner sure can cook. Jaden said. Yeah, and he seems like a pretty nice guy as well. Cyrus said as he handed a cup of tea to Jaden and Naruto. He was cool. Naruto said as he took a sip, and Jaden saw the box Naruto had to his side. Hey Naruto, what's that box you got there? Jaden asked as Naruto looked at the box and smiled. Oh, just some new cards I got. Naruto said as he took another sip and put his tea down and grabbed the box. Really? Cyrus asked. Yeah, Pegasus and my dad worked on these cards for years and they're finally ready. Naruto said as Jaden was excited. Sweetness. So what are they? Jaden asked. I call it, the Signer Dragons deck. Naruto said as Jaden and Cyrus were confused. Signer Dragons? Cyrus asked. You see the red dragon symbol on the box? Naruto asked as they nodded. It's called the Crimson Dragon. The Crimson Dragon? Jaden asked. Yeah. You see, when I was 10, my parents and I went on vacation to Peru. We stayed near Machu Picchu and then one day decided to head to the old ruins of the first people that inhabited the ancient pyramids and temples. We were part of a tourist group when I got bored and I decided to wander around the temples. That was when I found it. Naruto said. Found what? Cyrus asked. I stumbled into an ancient prayer chamber. It was untouched by any archaeological crews before, and I saw a large wall decorated with ancient drawings and pictographs of this symbol. Naruto said, pointing to the Crimson Dragon mark. When my parents found me, they were just as intrigued by the wall of pictures, the mark and the other pictures of the dragons as well, so my dad called Pegasus and he had his team come in and examine the wall. What did they find? Jaden asked. Apparently the mark on the wall was called the Dragon Star, or the Crimson Dragon. And the other dragons on the wall were his followers. According to legend, the Crimson Dragon was an ancient deity that lived millions of years ago and was the protector of the world. He and his dragons fought against an ancient evil, and he passed his power to a select individuals who became known as the legendary Signers. Each Signer was given a dragon to guard and to help protect the world. Eventually though, as the years went on, the Crimson Dragon disappeared and so did the Signers. Naruto said. Wow. That was an awesome story. Cyrus said. Yeah, I was so into it when my dad told me. Pegasus liked it too, so he decided to make a series of cards and I got to help with the design of the dragons. It took years, but they're finally ready. Naruto said as Cyrus and Jaden saw how excited he was. Naruto unlocked the box and all three had huge faces of excitement as they were about to see some legendary cards, but that was quickly destroyed when Jaden's PDA went off. Jaden answered it to see it was a video message from Chazz. Hey, Slifer Slacker. Don't think you're off the hook. Tonight at midnight, you're going down. And why don't we make this interesting? Whoever wins get the other guy's best card. The message of Chazz said as it ended. Cool. I guess I get to duel at that arena after all. Jaden said. If that's Chazz you're dueling, then all you got is trouble. Chumley said from his bunk. Chumley was Cyrus and Jaden's roommate. Line break XXXXX. Naruto went with Jaden and Cyrus as they left the red dorm and made their way to the academy. They snuck into the halls and made their way to the duel arena. Guys, I don't think this is a good idea. Cyrus said. Good or bad, when someone challenges you to a duel, you got to step up. Jaden said as they walked through the hall. Don't worry. We should be fine. Naruto said as he put away his PDA, as the screen said message sent. They walked into the arena to see Chazz and his friends waiting on the duel field. Well. He showed up. Chazz said. You better believe it. There was no way I was gonna miss this. Jaden said, excited. He and Chazz took their spots on the duel field as everyone else got back. Time to find out if you beating Dr. Growler was a fluke or a fact. Chazz said. Yeah, well, we're going to find out something else, too. Like which one of the two of us is really going to become the king of games. Jaden said. Yeah. Just make sure you have your best card to hand over when you lose. Chazz said. Not going to happen. Game on. Jaden said. Duel. They shouted as their duel discs activated and their life point counters started at 4,000. Chazz started and drew a card from his deck. Alright, slacker. For my first move, I'll summon Reborn Zombie in defense mode. Chazz shouted as he placed the card down and a decaying zombie appeared on the field. Def 1600. And I'll also place a face down card. I guess that's one way to start a duel, but I'm going to go a little bigger. Here goes. Jaden said as he drew a card. Hey, good to see ya, Winged Kuriboh. Maybe I'll use you later. But now, I'll play Polymerization, fusing Elemental Heroes Avian and Burstinatrix, and bringing out Elemental Hero Flamed Wingman in attack mode. Jaden shouted as Avian and Burstinatrix appeared on the field and then fused together to form Flamed Wingman. ATK 2100. I told you I'd start big, didn't I? Jaden asked. I was hoping you would. Chazz said with a smirk. Why's that? Jaden asked. Because that card I just played face down was a trap card, slacker. That you've set off. Thonian Polymer, do your stuff. Chazz said as he face down activated. Oh. Naruto said. What's Thonian Polymer stuff? Cyrus asked. I had a feeling I'd find you guys here. They heard as they turned to see Alexis walk up to them. Alexis. Naruto said. Thonian Polymer's a nasty trap. It allows you to take control of an opponent's fusion monster by sacrificing one of your own creatures. Alexis said. Oh no. Jaden just summoned a fusion monster. Cyrus said. I sacrifice Reborn Zombie to gain control of your wingman. Chazz said as his reborn zombie was surrounded in a purple aura and then destroyed as Flame Wingman then teleported to Chazz's side and was covered in a purple aura and was more ferocious looking. How did Chazz know to play that? Cyrus asked. Because Jaden kept talking about that Flame Wingman after his duel. Naruto said. That's right. I'd knew you use him soon. Chazz said. Still, since Flame Wingman was a special summon, that means I'm allowed to summon another monster during my turn. Jaden said as he looked at his hand. Not that anything in my hand is a match of the wingman. Alright, I summon Elemental Hero Clayman in defense mode. Jaden said as a large hulking clay hero appeared. Def 2000. They're all set. Yeah, set up to get knocked down. Rise, Thonian Soldier. Chazz said as he summoned a fierce-looking knight in grey armor. ATK 1200. And now, Flame Wingman, attack with Skydive Scorcher. Chazz said as Flame Wingman jumped in the air and was consumed in fire and dived at Clayman and destroyed it in a fiery blaze. And now, thanks to Wingman's special effect, your life points take damage equal to your destroyed monster attack points. Chazz said as Wingman landed in front of Jaden and fired a fire blast that dropped his life points from 4000 to 3200. But don't think for 1 second that I'm done yet, slacker. Thonian Soldier, attack, Windstorm slash, as the soldier slashed Jaden and dropped his life points to 2000. Are you starting to know your place at the academy yet? Chazz asked as Jaden smirked. No, but this is just what I was hoping for. This is awesome. It's everything I was hoping to experience when I came here. Jaden said with a smile. You know, you're something else, slacker. Chazz said. I'll end my turn with a face-down card. My go. I summon Elemental Hero Sparkman in attack mode. Jaden said as he summoned Sparkman as electricity surrounded Sparkman. No go, attack with static shockwave. Sparkman let loose a large surge of electricity and it hit Thonian Soldier and it was destroyed in a huge burst of smoke as Chazz covered his eyes and his life points dropped from 4000 to 3600. When the monster was hit, Thonian Soldier's sword flew in the air and then hit Jaden and dropped his life points from 2000 to 1600. Wait, what just happened? Cyrus asked. It's Thonian Soldier's special effect. When it's destroyed in battle, both players take the same amount of damage. Naruto said. The problem is that Jaden doesn't have many life points left. It's just a matter of time, slacker. Your best card will soon belong to me. Chazz said. This isn't over yet. I place a face-down card and end my turn. Jaden said. Play what you like, my next attack with finish off your life points. Chazz said as he drew a card. And that attack is coming right now. Go, Flame Wingman. Not so fast. I had a trap card. Jaden said as he revealed his card. A trap? Chazz said in shock. It's Mirror Gate. Cyrus said. Then Jaden's still in this duel after all. Alexis said. More than that. Mirror Gate's effect has two monsters that fight switch the sides that they're on. So Flame Wingman is back with Jaden and Chazz is in trouble. Naruto said. Mirror Gate's light shined on the two monsters and Flame Wingman was back with Jaden and returned to normal and Chazz got Sparkman. The two monsters clashed as they grappled in the air. Alright, go Wingman. Jaden shouted as Sparkman let loose a surge of electricity but it backfired and shocked itself and was destroyed, dropping Chazz's life points to 3100. And just like you told me a while ago, don't forget my Wingman special effect. You take damage equal to the attack points of the destroyed monster. Jaden said as Wingman used the residual electricity to hit Chazz and drop his life points again to 1500. Alright. Cyrus said. Nice moves, Jaden. Alexis said. That's how you play. Naruto said. More like lucky moves if you ask me, you Slifer school scum. Chazz said. Alright, I activate my spell card, Thonian Blast. Now, since you destroyed one of my monsters, I can destroy one of yours, and you take damage equal to half of its attack points. Chazz said as Flame Wingman was sucked into a vortex and destroyed as Jaden's life points were dropped to 550. Now, I activate my trap card, Call of the Haunted. It lets me select a monster from my graveyard and summon it back to the field in attack mode. Rise, Infernal Warrior. But he won't be staying around for long, because I'm going to sacrifice him to summon Mephist the Infernal General. Chazz said as he summoned a hulking warrior with scary black armor and on a armored ram. ATK 1800. Not bad. Jaden said with a smile. Not bad. You're something else, you know slacker. Acting all confident. But your lousy monsters won't get you out of this jam. Chazz said as Jaden heard winged Kuribo speak. I know he's wrong, Kuribo. Jaden said as Kuribo winked. Because Chazz doesn't know that my monsters and we have a bond. Jaden said as he drew his card. And this will end it. With Monster Reborn, I summon back Flame Wingman from the graveyard. Jaden said as Wingman appeared on the field. Attack, Skydive Scorcher. Jaden said as Wingman attacked Chazz's general and destroyed it, the attack point difference with Wingman's special ability dropped Chazz's life points to 0. No. Chazz shouted as he lost and dropped to his knees as the dueling holograms disappeared. And that's game, and an awesome one it was. You can keep your card, the duel was prize enough. Jaden said with a smile. All right, he won. Cyrus said. I knew it. Naruto said. Not bad. Alexis said. He might have a future here. Luck. That's all it was, plain dumb luck. Chazz shouted as he ran. I'll get you for this, slackers. Chazz, wait. His friend shouted as they ran after him. Geez, what a sore loser. Naruto said as they left the duel arena. That was awesome. Jaden said. Yeah, you showed Chazz who's the best. Cyrus said. I'm just glad we didn't get caught. We're not supposed to be in the buildings after hours. Alexis said. Well, guess Lady Luck was on our side. Naruto said with a smirk as the message he had sent a while ago was to Shepard, asking to keep campus security away from the duel arena for an hour. Well, we'd better get back to the dorm. Yeah, we can finally check out those sweet new cards you got from Pegasus. Jaden shouted as Naruto quickly put his hand on Jaden's mouth. From Pegasus? Alexis asked. It was nothing. Naruto said as he then whispered to Jaden. Did you have to open your mouth? I don't want everyone to know about those cards. Sorry. Jaden said. What's going on here? Alexis asked. Oh, nothing. Just a yawn, I'm beat. We should really get some shut-eye. See ya, Alexis. Naruto said as he, Jaden and Cyrus left for their dorm. This is going to be one interesting year. Alexis thought to herself as she walked to her dorm. Line break XXXXX. Naruto, Jaden and Cyrus returned to the dorm and since it was late, they decided to hit the hay. Jaden and Cyrus went to their room while Naruto went to his. It was a modest single room with a large bed, a desk and a mini-fridge. Naruto got changed for bed but before he went to bed, he decided to look at his new cards. Naruto sat down at his desk and took a breath as he looked at the case. Naruto unlocked the case and opened it and saw the whole case of new cards but 6 drew his attention more than the others. The 6 Signer Dragon cards, Red Dragon Archfiend, Black Rose Dragon, Ancient Fairy Dragon, Black Winged Dragon, Lifestream Dragon, and last but not least, Stardust Dragon. Naruto was amazed at the cards, it was as if he had some special bond with them like he had the others, but different. It was like he was waiting his whole life for these specific ones and they were meant only for him. Naruto picked up the 6 dragons and smiled. It's been way too long. I finally get to see all of you in person and it's amazing. Naruto said as the cards then glowed bright as he heard a loud roar. Then the card's light exploded out and hit his right arm and then burned a mark on his forearm and onto his shoulders and back. Arg! Naruto shouted. He felt a burning sensation on his arm and then saw a bright light. The light was then gone and Naruto saw nothing, he was in a dark void. Hello. Naruto called out when he saw a bright light in the distance that raced towards him. Naruto prepared to defend himself when the light stopped in front of him and then shot upward into the sky. It then split apart into 8 pieces and surrounded Naruto as the lights then began to shift into figured. One formed into Dark Magician and stood beside Naruto. Dark Magician. Naruto said as the magician nodded. The second light formed into Buster Blader. Buster Blader. Naruto said as the Blader nodded. The remaining 6 lights then formed into the 6 Signer Dragon cards. Whoa, what's going on? Why are you all here? Naruto said as he felt his arm tingle and looked at his forearm to see the mark of the Crimson Dragon. The mark of the Crimson Dragon. Then the mark glowed bright red as the Signer Dragons roared and seeped out energy and formed the mighty Crimson Dragon. Whoa! Naruto said as the dragon then spoke. The child of prophecy, you have finally arrived. The Crimson Dragon spoke. Wait. You were waiting for me? Naruto asked. Yes, the mighty Crimson Dragon has been asleep for eons, waiting for the chosen signer to find him. Dark Magician spoke. It was by no chance you found his chamber, I led you there. You did? Naruto asked. Yes. All of us know your destiny. It is why you were given the cards by your friends. We are to help prepare you for the trials you will face in the future. Buster Blader said. What trials? And what's going to happen in the future? Naruto asked. The future is clouded in shadows. Your skills as a duelist will be challenged in the future as you will face the hardest challenges in your life. The mighty beasts and the light will be your first challenges, and then the dark signers will return. Crimson Dragon said. Dark signers? Naruto asked. You and your friends will need to be at your best. Good luck, child of prophecy. You will not be alone. You will soon be reunited with an old friend. Crimson Dragon said as it roared and let loose a blinding light, and Naruto heard an old roar and saw an creepy-looking eye he remembered from when he was younger. Naruto blinked his eyes and saw he was back in his room. He looked down and saw the 6 signer dragons and the new cards Pegasus gave him. Was that a dream? Naruto asked as he scratched his head, but then saw he had the Crimson Dragon mark on his right arm. It wasn't a dream. Naruto said as Dark Magician and Stardust Dragon appeared next to him in their spectral form. No, it wasn't. Dark Magician said as the Stardust Dragon roared. So there is something bad coming? Naruto asked as Stardust and Dark Magician nodded. Then I'll be ready. Naruto said as he stood up ready to fight. His Crimson Dragon mark shined bright and the Stardust Dragon roared and Dark Magician raised his staff up. Line break XXXXX. 1 week later, classes had been going on and right now, the students were in class. A group of Slifer, RA and Obelisk students were in Dr. Growler's class on card types. He asked Alexis to describe that types of cards in Duel Monsters. Duel monster cards can be groups into normal monster cards, fusion monster cards, ritual monster cards, effect monster cards, trap cards and spell cards. Trap cards can be divided into normal traps, counter traps and continuous traps. Spell cards can be separated into normal spells, continuous spells, equip spells, quick play spells, ritual spells, and field spells. Alexis said. Perfect. Well done, Alexis. Of course, I wouldn't expect anything less from one of my blue obelisks. Growler said. Yes, Dr. Growler. Alexis said as she sat down. Now, who should we ask the next question? You, Cyrus Truesdale. Growler shouted as Cyrus stood up. Explain to the class what the function of a field spell is. The card does, Cyrus said in a nervous response. Even pre-duelists know the answer to this, you Slifer slacker. An obelisk shouted as the obelisk and some of the Raws snickered while Naruto and Alexis, and the rest of the Slifers glared at them. Take it easy, Cyrus. Calm down, you got this. Naruto said. I think not. Sit down. Growler said as Cyrus sat down. Now would someone please give man an answer? Preferably someone not wearing red, thank you. Growler said as the obelisks and Raws chuckled. Naruto had enough so he decided to answer. Dr. Growler. Isn't the question you're asking kind of a trick question? Naruto asked as he stood up and everyone looked at him. Care to elaborate, Mr. Namikaze? Growler asked. Well, field spells are spells that are placed in the field spell zone, hence their name. But the function varies depending on the card that is used. For example, certain spells can increase attack points while others make it so one type of monster can attack. So it's kind of impossible to define their function as a whole. A doctor and high-ranking duelists such as obelisks and Raws should know this. Naruto joked as the Slifers, Alexis and Bastion chuckled while Growler, the obelisks and Raws grit his teeth in anger. That Slifer. If it weren't for who he knew, I would expel him right now. But, I can make it so that he gets himself expelled. Growler thought. Thank you, Mr. Namikaze. I'll remember that. Over the past week, Naruto had stepped in when an obelisk or Growler had tried to put them down. He was quickly gaining a reputation of heroism from the Slifers, a reputation of mild respect from some of the Ra's and disdain from the obelisks. The bell rang for lunch and the students got up to leave as Naruto walked out of the class and walked down the hall as Alexis walked with him. "Hey!" Alexis said as Naruto saw her. "Hey, there!" Naruto said as they walked down the hall. "That was really nice of you, sticking up for Cyrus there." Alexis said. "It was no problem. Cyrus is a good duelist, just a serious confidence issue though." Naruto said as Alexis chuckled. "No, I mean how the past week, you've stood up for the students who Growler and the other obelisks have tried to belittle." Alexis said. "Well, I never could stand by and watch people being bullied. It's not cool, even if those people think they're better." Naruto said as Alexis smiled. "You're something else, Naruto." Alexis said. "Thanks, I think. So you want to head to lunch? It's sandwich day." Naruto said as Alexis looked at him. "You asking me on a date?" Alexis asked with a smirk as Naruto thought for a moment then smiled. "And if I was?" Naruto asked as Alexis thought for a moment. "All right. Come on." Alexis said as they left for lunch. While Naruto and the other students left for lunch, Growler was in his office, growling as he wrote down a letter that would be used to expel Naruto. "How dare that slifer slacker Naruto make a mockery of me and the obelisks in my class like that. It'll be the last mistake he makes at this academy." Growler said as he finished his letter and put it in an envelope. He then put on lipstick and then kissed the letter and left a kiss mark. Ah, the big kiss off. Growler knew that Naruto had gym next, so he decided to place it in Naruto's gym locker. Speaking of which, Naruto was running a bit late because his lunch with Alexis had run a bit longer than expected. He was running into the locker room and took off his jacket when he heard a rustle and heard Cyrus. He walked around the corner and saw Cyrus try to run away in a hurry, so Naruto grabbed his collar and stopped him. "Ah, Naruto," Cyrus said. "Easy there, Cyrus. What's the rush?" Naruto asked as he saw a letter in his hands. "What's with the letter?" "No, don't read that. It's for me," Cyrus shouted as Naruto read it over and looked at Cyrus. Cyrus. This wasn't meant for you," Naruto said. "Of course it is. It's a love letter from Alexis," Cyrus said with love in his eyes. Unless you changed your name to Naruto, I don't think this was meant for you," Naruto said as Cyrus went wide-eyed. "What?" Cyrus asked. "See, it's my name," Naruto said as Cyrus looked at it and was depressed. "I can't even get a fake love letter," Cyrus said. "Don't be down, Cyrus. Besides, this is not even the real deal," Naruto said. "What do you mean?" Cyrus asked. "Well, even though I like Alexis, we just met and I was hanging out with her earlier, so there is no way she could have written this," Naruto said. "Not to mention that her name is spelled wrong." "Really?" Cyrus asked as he looked at the letter. "Something must be up." "Don't do anything, Cyrus. I'll talk to Alexis later," Naruto said as left for gym. Cyrus stuck around and looked at the letter once more. It said for Naruto to meet Alexis at the girl dorms after curfew. That could get him expelled. Naruto was Cyrus's friend, he stuck up for him, he needed to make sure about this. Line break XXXXX. Naruto and Jaden returned to their dorm for curfew while Cyrus snuck out and took a boat across the lake to the obelisk blue girls' dorm to confront Alexis about the fake love letter. Speaking of Alexis, she, Jasmine and Mindy were in the obelisk blue girl baths, relaxing and enjoying themselves. "Ah, this is nice," Jasmine said as Alexis put some soap on a sponge and scrubbed her body. "Yeah, nice and quiet," Alexis said. "So, what do you girls think about that slifer with the cool jacket? The one with the spiky blonde hair?" Mindy said, with interest. "He's okay, kind of wild looking," Jasmine said. "You mean Naruto?" Alexis said as Jasmine and Mindy looked at her. "You know him?" Mindy asked. "Yeah, we've gotten to know each other. We even ate lunch together today," Alexis said. Oh, lucky. He's so cute. I would have asked him out, but if you and he are a thing, we're not a thing. Alexis said, stopping Mindy. He's okay. But he's got some gut speaking to Dr. Growler like that. It was kind of disrespectful. Jasmine said. Actually, I thought it was kind of cool. Alexis said as Mindy and Jasmine looked at each other and smiled. Oh, sounds like someone is infatuated with the new Slifer. Mindy said as Alexis blushed. I am not. Alexis said. Well, I'll give him this. He might have the skills to back up the talking. Jasmine said when they heard a shriek. Boy! They heard as they got covered up and ran outside to see the other girls holding Cyrus down. Please let me go. Cyrus said. Not until you tell us why. And it better be good. Jasmine said as they tied up Cyrus and took him to the main obelisk girl dorm. So, why are you here? Alexis asked. And the answer better not be spying on us. Mindy said. I swear I wasn't spying on you. And I didn't know the bath hours here. Cyrus said, pleading his case. Then why are you here, Cyrus? Alexis asked. Because I needed to make sure of something. Naruto got a love letter from you saying to meet him here after curfew. Naruto didn't believe it, but I had to make sure that it was a fake, so he didn't get in trouble. Cyrus said. A likely story. Jasmine said. It's true. Here, it's in my pocket. Cyrus said as he fished it out and the girls looked it over. I can see why Naruto didn't believe it. My name is spelled wrong. Alexis said as Cyrus smiled. Wait, now I might believe his story. But for all we know, he could have wrote that to sneak over here. Jasmine said. I didn't, honest. Naruto's my friend. He always sticks up for me, so I had to make sure that he wouldn't get in trouble. Cyrus said as Alexis smiled. So what now? Jasmine asked. I tell you what now. I say we use Sai here as a kind of bait to find out what I've been wondering about before. Alexis said. And I think I know how to get Naruto to show us his best. Naruto and Jaden were in Jaden's room, playing video games against each other. 300 move combo, yes. Jaden said. No you don't. Counterattack. Naruto said as he then got a beep from his PDA, so the game paused and he answered it to see a video message from Alexis. Hey, Naruto. I know it's late, but I'd think you'd like to know that we found your friend Cyrus sneaking around the girls' dorm. If you want him back, come to the girls' dorm now. Alexis said as the message ended. Oh Cyrus. Jaden said. Oh boy. I told him to leave it alone. Come on. Naruto said as he and Jaden left. They snuck out of the Slifer dorm and made their way to the obelisk girls' dorm. They got another boat and rowed across the lake to the grounds of the obelisk girls' dorm and saw Alexis, Mindy and Jasmine with a tied-up Cyrus. Hey guys. Cyrus said. Hey, Cyrus. So, what exactly is going here? Jaden asked. Well, to make a long story short, I should have listened to Naruto. Cyrus said. You got that right. I'm heading back. Naruto said as he walked away. Naruto. Cyrus shouted. Just kidding. Naruto joked as Cyrus' sweat dropped. Well, Cyrus's tale of being here may be true, in fact I actually believe him and you can have him back, after a duel. Alexis said. Alright, get your game on. Jaden said, excited. I was actually talking to Naruto. Alexis said. Alright, let's do it. Naruto said as Alexis nodded. Naruto got into one boat with Jaden and Cyrus while Alexis got into another with Jasmine and Mindy and they sailed to the middle of the lake for the duel. Alright, Alexis. Show me what you got. Naruto said as he readied his duel disc. Oh, I plan to. Alexis said as they started the duel and their life point counter started at 4,000. I hope he knows what he's doing. Cyrus said. Well. A Slifer versus an obelisk. Show him his place, Alexis. Growler said as he was in the water, creeping on the duel. I draw. Alexis said. Etoile Cyber, rise. Alexis said as she summoned a ballerina with a reed and blue costume. ATK 1200. And I'm also going to place one card face down. Alright, my turn. Naruto said as he drew his card. Naruto's hand, Breaker the Magical Warrior, Mythical Beast Cerberus, Polymerization, Call of the Haunted, Hammer Shot and Red Eyes Black Dragon. Okay, I summon Breaker the Magical Warrior in attack mode. Naruto said as a mighty swordsman in red armor holding a sword and shield appeared on Naruto's field. ATK 1600. And when Breaker is normal summoned, he gets a spell counter added onto him which gives him an extra 300 attack point. ATK 1900. Now, Breaker attack. Magical Sword Blast. Naruto said as Breaker held up his sword and it glowed red and aimed it at Alexis and fired a beam of red energy at Etoile Cyber. Hold it right there. I activate my trap, Double Passé. Alexis said as Breaker's magical beam moved around Etoile Cyber and blasted Alexis instead. Alexis LP 2100. Wait, what just happened? Cyrus asked. She redirected Naruto's attack into a direct attack on herself, but why? Jaden asked. I'll tell you why. Because the monster he was about to attack can now attack Naruto directly. Alexis said as Etoile Cyber charged at Naruto. Oh, and when Etoile Cyber attacks someone directly, her attacks points increase by 600. ATK 1800. Etoile Cyber spun and kicked Naruto in the chest as he recoiled from the attack and his life points dropped. Naruto LP 2200. Naruto. Cyrus said. Whoa, that Alexis is something. Sparing some of her life points in order to wage a deadly direct attack. Naruto said. So, you impressed? Alexis asked. Impressed? I think I'm in love. Naruto said as Alexis blushed a bit and Naruto placed a face down. You're sweat. Too bad that won't help you win this duel. Alexis said as she started her turn and drew a card. I summon Blade Skater in attack mode. Alexis then summoned a purple and gray female skater with two sharp curved blades on her hands. ATK 1400. Now I activate my polymerization to fuse my Etoile Cyber and Blade Skater to create Cyber Blader. Alexis said as the two females fused to form a female monster with Etoile's main outfit but with Skater's skates and hair. ATK 2100. Now, Cyber Blader attack that magical warrior with Whirlwind Rage. Alexis said as Cyber Blader began to spin around quickly and then spun towards Breaker and hit him in the face with her skates, destroying him and dropping Naruto's life points. Naruto LP 1900. Nicely done. Naruto said as Alexis placed a face down. Thank you. Alexis said as Naruto drew his card and it was Graceful Charity. First I play Mythical Beast Cerberus in attack mode. Naruto said as a blue and purple ferocious wolf appeared on the field in attack mode. ATK 1400. Then, I play Graceful Charity. So I draw 3 cards and discard 2. Naruto said as he did. He drew Silent Magician LV4, Card of Sanctity, and Pot of Greed. Naruto decided to discard Polymerization and Silent Magician. And I just played a spell card so Mythical Beast Cerberus gets a spell counter which increases its attack points by 500. Naruto said. ATK 1900. Now, I'll play another spell, Pot of Greed so I can draw 2 cards. Naruto said as he did and got Negate Attack and Decoy Dragon. Naruto's hand, Red Eyes Black Dragon, level up, Negate Attack, Hammer Shot, Decoy Dragon. And since I played another, Cerberus gains another 500 ATK points. Naruto said. ATK 2400. Now go, Cerberus. Attack that Cyber Blader. Mystical Bite. Naruto said as Cerberus charged and bared its fangs at Cyber Blader while Alexis smirked. I was expecting better. My face down will end this duel. Go fusion weapon, attach onto Cyber Blader. Alexis said as the weapon increased Blader's attack point. ATK 3600. Cerberus charged at Blader but Blader blasted it with her weapon, destroying the monster and dropping Naruto's life points again. Naruto's LP 700. Aw man, Naruto's in trouble. Cyrus said. Then why is he so calm? Jaden said as Naruto smiled and placed a face down and ended his turn. My draw. Alexis said. Yeah, and since it is, one of my face downs activates. Call of the Haunted, which lets me bring back a monster from the grave, so come back, Silent Magician LV, 4. Naruto said as a small girl in white mage clothes holding a small white staff appeared. And since you just drew, her attack increased by 500. ATK 1500. Nice attempt, but it won't help you. Honestly, I was hoping for more. But it's time to end this. Go, Cyber Blader, end this duel. Alexis shouted. Not so fast. Go, negate attack. Naruto said as negate attack activated, which stopped Blader's attack and ended her battle phase. Oh well, I'll get you next round. Alexis said as she ended her turn without laying a face down. No, because I'll end it here. Naruto said with a smirk. I've had a good time dueling, but I've already got the cards that'll win me this duel. Yeah, right. But with fusion weapons power boost it won't happen. Even if you level up Silent Magician, her attack will only be 3500 while my Blader's is 3600. Alexis said. I know. I wanted you to use your face down. Naruto said as Alexis looked at him. I didn't have a card that could get rid of your face down and I couldn't risk it being a trap if I attacked with my magician, so I needed to bait you into using it. And now that I know it can hurt me, I'll win. But first I draw. Naruto drew Dark Magician. Sorry buddy. But let's have your friend end this. Naruto said as the card nodded. I play the spell card, Card of Sanctity, which allows us each to draw until we have 6 cards in our hands. Naruto said as he drew 2 and Alexis drew 5. And since you drew 5 more cards, my Silent Magician gains 5 more spell counters, and when she reaches 5, I can level her up. So, Silent Magician LV4, evolved to LV8. Naruto shouted as the magician was covered in a white light before the girl grew into a woman in the same clothes but more fit to her size. ATK 3500. See, like I said. My Blader's attack is more. Alexis said. True, which is why she has to go. Come out, hammer shot. Naruto said as he summoned a giant hammer appeared on the field. This spell card destroys the monster with the highest attack points on the field, and that is your Cyber Blader. No. Alexis said as Cyber Blader was destroyed. Now, Silent Magician. End this. Silent Magic Blast. Naruto said as the magician held up her staff and it glowed white before she fired a large ball of energy at Alexis and dropped her life points to 0 and kicked up waves which made Dr. Growler drop his camera. That's a win, believe it. Alright, way to play Naruto. Cyrus cheered. Way to go, dude. Jaden said. That was a great duel, Alexis. We should do it again, sometime. Hopefully under better circumstances. Naruto said as Alexis chuckled. I'd like that. Alexis said. So are we good to go back to our dorm? Naruto asked. All right. You won, you guys can leave. Alexis said as Naruto and Jaden began rowing back. That was extremely fun. I will definitely look forward to our next duel. Alexis thought as she watched Naruto leave. Line break XXXXX. After the incident with Alexis, things got back to normal. Naruto went to classes and aced them. It wasn't that hard since he had so much experience and knowledge, and he often tutored the other Slifers, like Cyrus and Chumley. He also hung out with Alexis more and more. The two ate lunch together, studied together and built their decks together with Alexis bugging him for another rematch and a peek at those new cards Jaden said he had, but Naruto wanted to keep those under wraps until the right time. Right now, were the Duel Academy midterm exams. These exams were important if students wanted to do well on their promotional exams at the end of the year. Naruto was fine, but the same couldn't be said for Cyrus. He was worrying and even began praying to Slifer for help, while Jaden just slept. Please, please, please. Please help me ace my exam today, or I'll be stuck wearing this red blazer forever. Not that there's anything wrong with red, or coarse. It's great on you, Slifer. But I want to be a yellow. Please give me a sign that you'll help. Cyrus prayed. Ring, a Slifer. Cyrus shouted in shock as Jaden's alarm went off. Cyrus turned it off while Jaden just slept through. Cyrus then tried to wake Jaden up, but Jaden was a heavy sleeper. Naruto had already left for the exams, and was there early. He was sitting at his desk, arranging his deck for his field test. He took Silent Magician out and wanted to put a different monster in the spotlight and smirked as he saw the card. He then put his deck away as Bastion walked in. Ah, Naruto. First here, I see. Bastion said. Yup. Figured I'd just chill here. So, you ready for the test? Naruto asked. Perfectly prepared. And yourself? Bastion asked. Not worried. Naruto said. I'd imagine so. They heard as they saw Alexis walk in. I'm sure, Naruto's got his test in the bag. Why thank you, Alexis. I'm just curious to see who I duel. Naruto said. Most likely another Slifer student. The field tests always match up students from the same dorm, except for rare instances when the instructors believes a student is ready, they are allowed to duel a student from the dorm above them. Bastion said. That'll be easy. Naruto said as the other students began walking in, and soon Professor Banner walked in and the test started. Alright, students. You have 1 hour to complete your test. And begin. Banner said as they all got to work. Naruto began answering his questions when he heard some light snoring a few seats next to him and saw Cyrus sleeping. Poor Cyrus. Naruto said, quietly while thinking where the heck could Jaden be. 15 minutes had passed by when Jaden walked in as he approached Cyrus. You know Cyrus. I think some sleep would be better than an all-night Slifer seance. Jaden joked. You're here. Cyrus said. You two want to keep it down. Some of us plan on passing this test. Chazz said. Hey, I always plan on passing. It just doesn't always work out that way. Jaden said. Oh, Jaden. Banner said. Huh. Jaden replied. Why don't you come down and get your exam? Professor Banner said. Be there in a jiff. Jaden said. He'd better be. We're 15 minutes into this thing. He'll be luck to even finish. Alexis thought. Look at him, tardy, puerile. If he only applied himself, he could be a great duelist. Bastion thought as he then saw Naruto walk down from his seat and to Professor Banner and Jaden. Oh, can I help you with a question, Naruto? Banner asked. Nope. I'm done. Naruto said as Banner went wide-eyed. Done? Banner asked. Yeah, finished. Complete. Naruto said as he handed Banner the test. But it's only been 15 minutes. Banner said. Whoa, way to go dude. Record time. Jaden said. Yeah, right. Probably got them all wrong. Chazz said. Are you sure, Naruto? You still have more time to work if you like. Banner said. No, I'm good. I'm confident they're all right. Naruto said with a smile. Well, since you finished early, why don't I grade it now to show you how you did? Banner asked as Naruto nodded. Naruto got a spare chair and sat next to Banner as Banner began to grade the quiz. There's no way he could be done so fast. Slifer Slacker must have cheated. Chazz thought. I'm impressed, I'm only halfway done with mine. Bastion thought. Naruto must be better than I thought. I wonder if he's as good as Zane. Alexis thought as she kept working. About 10 minutes passed and Professor Banner finished grading Naruto's test and was shocked. Every question was right, he got a 100. Well, Naruto. It seems you were right. You aced your test. Banner said. Awesome. Can I leave? I'd like to get lunch. Naruto said as Banner nodded. Naruto got his backpack and left the room and walked down the hallway, not knowing he was being watched by a seething and angry Dr. Growler. That Slifer slacker thinks he's top dog because he somehow managed to finish his test early. Well, he'll be in for a rude awakening for his field test, and I know just the duelist and cards to teach him a lesson. Growler thought. Naruto got some lunch and returned to the room to see how Jaden and Cyrus did. He walked to the door when they burst opened and all the students ran down the hallway in a hurry. What's going on? Naruto asked. Oh, today's the day that the card shop gets their new rare cards. Banner said. Rare cards? Naruto asked. Yes. So students rush the shop to boost their deck before their field tests. Banner said as he and Pharaoh left. Naruto walked in to see Cyrus and Jaden sleeping with Bastion trying to wake them. Heavy sleepers. Bastion said as Naruto got an idea. Hey, Jaden. I got the golden egg witch. Naruto shouted as Jaden shouted to his feet. I'll battle you for it. Jaden shouted as he realized where he was. Where's my egg witch? There's no egg witch. That was just to wake you up. Naruto said. Huh. The test's over. I failed, didn't I? Cyrus asked. Sigh, if they were grading on melodrama, you'd get an A. Jaden joked. Hey, where'd everyone go? Cyrus asked. That's why Naruto and I were trying to wake you up. The new rare cards arrived today. Everyone is at the card shop. Bastion said. What? New cards? Cyrus shouted. Hey, how come no one told us? Probably because everyone wants the best cards to themselves to use in the upcoming field test. Bastion said. So, why are you guys getting any? Cyrus asked. Please, one errant card in my deck's perfect balance would throw it completely off. Bastion said. And my deck's all set too. Naruto said. Mine isn't. Cyrus said. Then let's go. Jaden said as he and Cyrus left while Naruto chuckled. Jaden and Cyrus ran to the card shop to see no one there and all the new rare cards were gone. With only one regular pack left. Chazz and his friends were walking down the hall as one of Chazz's friends told him what happened at the card shop. Then this guy shows up and takes all the new cards, I mean every one. So we couldn't get you any, Chazz. Topher said. Sorry. Bubba added. You know what, sorry, you guys, that's what. But it doesn't matter, you know why? 'Cause no one at this school is better than me. Chazz said. Oh really? Then how about Naruto Namikaze? They heard as they turned to see some guy wearing a hat and cloak. Who's there? Chazz asked. Someone who suspects you want Naruto Namikaze put in his place. The guy said. Cards. What cards? Oh, you mean, these cards? The man shouted as he opened his cloak to show all the rare cards. Oh, now that's style. Bubba said. Talk about having a card up your sleeve. Topher said as the man chuckled. What's the matter, Chazz? Don't recognize me? How about now? He shouted as he removed his hat to show that he was Growler. Growler. They shouted. You know, you look better all covered up. Chazz said as Growler ignored that comment. Well, I have a plan that will make us all look better and make Naruto and all those slifers look like the cut-rate duelists they really are. I want you to be Naruto's opponent during his field test and to use these rare cards to beat him. Growler said. But we're not in the same dorm. They won't let me be his opponent. Chazz said. They. I am they. I'll make it happen. You just make sure that you use these rare cards to trounce him. He's the leader of the Slifers, and so long as they think he is the best, the Slifers will continue to plague this school. But should their prize Slifer get trounced, then they will know their place in front of the entire academy. Growler said as he laughed manically while Chazz smirked. Line break XXXXX. The time for the duel field test had started and Jaden and Cyrus had theirs, with them beating their Slifer opponents. The time was up for Naruto's test and he was the only one on the field, so the entire academy was watching. Naruto took his place on the field and put his deck in when he saw Chazz stand on the opposite side of the field. Chazz, why are you here? Naruto asked. Why, I'm your opponent's Slifer. Chazz said as everyone was confused. Wait, you're my opponent? Naruto asked. Why, of course. You finished the test in record time and have proven to be a capable duelist, so we decided to give you a field test worthy of your caliber. I'd pull some strings and got you a duel you deserve. Growler said. So congratulations. You'll be dueling one of the top-ranked obelisks in the school. What an honor. I certainly hope that you'll be able to snag a rare card so that your deck is ready. Growler left while Naruto sent a text to Chancellor Shepard about what Growler did and it was approved, but Shepard had confidence Naruto would win. While Naruto was sending a text, everyone else was worried for Naruto. I've got a bad feeling about this. Cyrus thought. This is clearly a trap. It seems that Naruto's skills will be put to their limit. Bastion thought. Naruto, good luck. Alexis said. Come on, bro. Show him what you got. Jaden shouted. Oh, I plan to. Alright, Chazz. Show me what you got. Naruto said. Oh, I will. And the whole school will see you get slammed. Chazz said as they activated their duel discs. Duel. They shouted as they drew their 5 cards and their life points set at 4,000. Let's go, Chazz. Naruto shouted. Bring it, Slifer slacker. Chazz shouted back. Oh, I'll bring it. Ha. Naruto said as he drew his card and went first. Naruto's hand, Mystical Elf, Birthright, Graceful Charity, Decoy Dragon, Fiend's Sanctuary. Naruto saw the card he drew and it was Pot of Greed. I play Pot of Greed, so I draw 2 cards. Naruto said as he drew Cost Down and Dark Renewal. Alright, first I'll play my Mystical Elf in defense mode. Naruto said as a blue female elf wearing holy robes appeared on the field and began speaking in an elf language. Def 2000. Then I'll place 2 cards face down and end my turn as Naruto placed Birthright and Dark Renewal down on the field. Don't think that blue girl has a chance against me. Or against this. Chazz shouted as he drew a rare card from Growler. Fresh off the presses, it's Magical Mallet. You might be a bit slow, so I'll tell you what this does. It's a redo. All the cards in my hand that I don't want, I put back in my deck. Then I shuffle and redraw. Pretty cool, don't you think? How? A rare card on his first draw? Cyrus asked. And a very dangerous one at that. Now Chazz can essentially be able to pick exactly which cards he wants and which he doesn't. Bastion said. I haven't gotten to the best part yet. See, Naruto, I got to reshuffle Magical Mallet, too. So if I draw it again like I just did, I know, you can use it again. Geez, just draw your cards. Naruto said, getting annoyed. Why you? Face this. V-Tiger Jet. Sharpen your claws for attack mode. Chazz shouted as he summoned a large tiger robot jet. And there's a lot more where that came from. Check out the magic of Frontline Base. It lets me summon another level, 4 or below monster this turn. And I have just the one. W-Wing Catapult in attack mode. Chazz said as he summoned another machine monster. Gentlemen, start your engines. Chazz shouted as the 2 machines flew in the air and met together to combine. Merge to form the VW Tiger Catapult. ATK 2000. But wait, I'm not done yet. Because he still has his special ability. By sending one card to the graveyard, I can force one of your monsters into attack mode. Chazz said as Mystical Elf shifted into attack mode. ATK 800. Go, Tiger Catapult. Heat Seeker Blitz. Chazz shouted as the catapult fired missiles and destroyed Mystical Elf. Naruto's LP, 2800. And I'll finish with one face down. My move. Drawled Naruto said as he drew Red Eyes Black Dragon. I'll play Graceful Charity. So I'll draw 3 and discard 2. Naruto said as he drew Thousand Knives, Swords of Revealing Light, and negate attack and decided to ditch Red Eyes Black Dragon in Fiend's Sanctuary. Naruto's hand, Decoy Dragon, cost down, Thousand Knives, Swords of Revealing Light, and negate attack. First I place one monster face down in defense mode. Naruto said as he placed a monster in face down defense mode. Now I play my trap, Dark Renewal. Naruto said as Large Coffin appeared on the field. When this card is activated, it takes one of my monsters and one of your monsters and sacrifices them together to summon one dark spellcaster from my deck. Naruto shouted as the coffin opened and sucked in VW Tiger Catapult and a face-down monster which was Decoy Dragon and sucked them in and the coffin closed. From darkness, come forth, Dark Magician. Naruto shouted as the coffin opened and out came the Dark Magician as everyone was in awe. Awesome, Naruto's got his best card out on the field. Cyrus shouted. Go, Naruto. Jaden shouted. Now, Dark Magician attack. Dark Magic attack. Naruto shouted as the Dark Magician twirled his staff and fired a bolt of dark energy at Chazz to hit him directly. Arg. Chazz said as his life points dropped. Chazz LP, 1500. I'll place one face-down card and end my turn. Naruto said as Dark Magician was in front of Naruto and he placed negate attack down. Sweet. Naruto's got this in the bag. That Magician is one of his best cards. Cyrus asked. It is. But who knows what other rare cards Chazz has in his deck. Alexis said as Chazz drew his card. My turn. I play Monster Reborn to bring back my Tiger Catapult. Chazz shouted as VW Tiger Catapult appeared back on the field. Now I summon my X-Head Cannon and due to my frontline base card I also get to summon Z-Metal Tank. Chazz said as two other monsters appeared on the field. X and Z. Cyrus asked. That's not good. Jaden said. Now I'll play my face down, Call of the Haunted. It brings back one of my monsters, and I choose Y Dragon Head. Chazz said as he summoned a red dragon onto his field and everyone was shocked. He has it. Bastion said. And now I'll combine them all to form the XYZ Dragon Cannon. Chazz said as he summoned the Dragon Cannon onto the field. ATK 2800. Now Chazz has two monsters out with over 2000 attack points each. Bastion said. But wait, Slifer, there's more. Actually, less. Sure, they say 2 is better than 1 but I have to disagree. Especially when the one in question is the ultimate V to Z Dragon Catapult Cannon. Chazz shouted as the two monsters combined to form a large mech using all the machines. ATK 3000. Everyone in the arena were shocked to see Chazz summon such a monster and were worried for Naruto, thinking that thing would take him out. Makes your Dark Magician look like a kid wizard, or it did. Chazz said as Dark Magician disappeared. What happened? Cyrus asked. It's the Catapult Cannon's ability. He can remove one card from Naruto's field from the game once per turn. Bastion said. Ah oh. Jaden said. And if you think that is impressive, just wait till you see him attack you directly. Chazz said as the cannon fired a laser barrage. Naruto. Cyrus shouted. Go, negate attack. Naruto said as he activated his trap and the lasers were sucked into a portal. Your battle ends. Fine, you were lucky. I'll end you next turn. Chazz said as ended his turn. My draw. Naruto said as he drew another pot of greed. I play my face down card, Go Birthright. I can now bring back a normal type monster from my graveyard and bring it back to the field. So come back, Red Eyes Black Dragon. Naruto shouted as the black dragon appeared on the field in its glory. It let out a roar as everyone was shocked to see it. ATK 2400. Naruto's hand, cost down, 1000 knives, swords of revealing light, pot of greed. Awesome, a Red Eyes Black Dragon. Jaden said. Incredible. Bastion said. Now, I'll play another pot of greed. Naruto said as he drew Dark Magic Return and the card he wanted to use in the duel. Alright, time to end this. First I play my Dark Magic Return spell card. Dark Magic what? Chazz asked. It's a rather obscure spell card used for the Dark Magician. It only can be activated when the Dark Magician has been removed from play. I get rid of one card from my hand and he comes back to the field in defense mode. Naruto said as he ditched Swords of Revealing Light and Dark Magician reappeared in defense mode. Def 2000. Now, I play my cost down spell card. It reduces all monster levels by 2, so summoning monsters is a lot easier. Naruto said. Sounds like Naruto has a plan. Bastion said. But what? Naruto's magician and dragon aren't strong enough to destroy that cannon. Alexis said. Looks like you're not as good as everyone think you are. My dragon catapult cannon is still stronger than either of your cards. Not to mention the other rare cards I got just waiting to be used. Chazz said in a condescending tone. Don't worry, I have just the monster who wants to take you down. So I sacrifice my Red Eyes Black Dragon to summon a card from Seto Kaiba himself. Come out, Blue Eyes White Dragon. Naruto shouted as Red Eyes was gone and soon was replaced by a large white and blue scaled dragon as it gave a loud roar which released a shockwave which everyone felt. Everyone was in awe and amazement, with some fear to see one of the legendary dragons in Duel Monsters with Growler biting his handkerchief in fear and anger. ATK 3000. No way. How did you get that card? Chazz asked. A gift from Seto Kaiba after I beat him in a duel. He doesn't duel enough anyway, and to reward my impressive strategy and the fact that I beat him, he gave me a Blue Eyes and it's been one of my best friends since. Naruto said as Blue Eyes gave a loud roar. So what? My Catapult Cannon is just as strong. Chazz said. But he won't be sticking around on the field. I play the spell card, 1000 Knives. As long as I control a Dark Magician, I can destroy one monster on your side of the field. Go, Dark Magician, destroy that hunk of metal. 1000 Knives. Naruto shouted as Dark Magician waved his staff and the 1000 Knives spell card appeared on the field and 1000 knives shot out from the card and hit the Dragon Catapult Cannon and destroyed it. No. Chazz shouted as his monster was destroyed. Now, Blue Eyes White Dragon. End this duel. White Lightning Attack. Naruto shouted as Blue Eyes roared and then fired a large blast of bluish and whitish fire and hit Chazz directly. Chazz LP 0000. And the duel is over. Naruto said as Chazz dropped to his knees. But if you want another one, I'm more than happy to accept. No, I couldn't have lost to a Slifer loser. Chazz said in a depressed and angry tone as he ran. Everyone in the stadium erupted into a loud cheer and applause at the amazing duel and for seeing a legendary Blue Eyes White Dragon. Cyrus and Jaden erupted into cheers and commented how awesome Naruto was. Bastion smiled, wanting to test Naruto's skills against his genius, and Alexis smiled because he won. Shepard smiled from his seat in the viewing box as he saw Naruto won with skill while Growler was furious and shocked. This simply cannot be. He couldn't have lost, not with all the rare cards that I gave Chazz. Growler said. Rare cards? What exactly are you talking about, Growler? Shepard asked as Growler realized what he said. Nothing. I have to go grade some tests. Growler said as he left the box, and Shepard chuckled. Jaden, Cyrus and Bastion went to congratulate Naruto as Naruto smiled. He looked at the Blue Eyes White Dragon card and smiled. Thanks, Blue Eyes. It was awesome to fight with you again. Something tells me that I'll be able to play you a lot more here at Duel Academy. Naruto thought as the Blue Eyes White Dragon ethereal spirit appeared behind Naruto and roared. End of chapter 1. I hoped you guys liked the first chapter of my Naruto/Yu-Gi-Oh! GX crossover. It'll follow the show as Naruto really becomes one of Duel Academy's best. He's got connections thanks to his parents and training from the best, but Naruto's not going to be an arrogant person. He's confident in his skill and hates it when people underestimate him or think just because of his connections, that's the only reason he's a good duelist. Naruto will continue to duel at Duel Academy and will be the main focus along with Jaden. I decided to do a combination of Yugi's, Joey's and Kaiba's cards with some of my personal favorites for Naruto's deck and the Synchro deck for Naruto, and he will use his main one for now until he decided to reveal the Signer Dragons. Naruto is special and can see and talk to dual monster spirits, and with the mark of the Crimson Dragon, he has a big destiny ahead of him. As for Kurama, he's still around but in a card. He will come back. If you liked it, please leave a review. If not, I'm sorry and no hate comments. Disclaimer, I don't own Naruto or Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, both belong to their respective owners, I'm just a huge fan. Naruto's Dueling Deck, 2. Deck 1, majority spellcasters and dragons with others mixed in. Monsters, Breaker the Magical Warrior, Chaos Command Magician, Dark Eradicator Warlock, Dark Magician of Chaos, Dark Paladin, Skilled Dark Magician, Defender the Magical Knight, Element Magician, Magician of Faith, Beast King of the Swamps, Mystical Elf, Mythical Beast Cerberus, Buster Blader, Silent Magician Level 4, Silent Magician Level 8, Red Eyes Black Dragon, Red Eyes Black Metal Dragon, Lord of the Red, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Vandalgian the Dark Dragon Lord, Roulette Barrel, Blue Dragon Summoner, Burner Dragon Ruler of Sparks, Decoy Dragon. Spells, Level Up, Mage Power, Swords of Revealing Light, Polymerization, Fusion Sage, Double Spell, Magicians Unite, Thousand Knives, Book of Secret Arts, Diffusion Wave Motion, Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, Emblem of Dragon Destroyer, Red Eyes Transmigration, Dragon Treasure, Mystical Space Typhoon, Card Destruction, Cards of Consonance, Fiend Sanctuary, Dark Renewal, Spider Web, Cost Down, Spell Reproduction, Scapegoat, Card Shuffle, Dark Magic Return. Traps, Birthright, Mitcher, Driving Snow, Dust Tornado, Magic Jammer, Metal Morph, Miracle Restoring, Mirror Force, Castle of Dragon Souls, Damage Translation, Cloning, Grim Reaper, Prideful Roar, Liberty at Last, Needle Sealing, Cross Counter, Curse of Royal, Judgment of Anubis, Negate Attack, Drain Shield. Cards used for emergencies, Call of the Almighty Bijou, Kurama the Nine-Tailed Fox. Deck 2, Synchro and Singer Dragons. Monsters, Stardust Dragon, Red Dragon Archfiend, Black Rose Dragon, Ancient Fairy Dragon, Black Wing Dragon, Lifestream Dragon, Junk Synchron, Speed Warrior, Quillbot Hedgehog, Mach Synchron, Nitro Synchron, Hyper Synchron, Quickdraw Synchron, Road Synchron, Turbo Synchron, Turret Warrior, Shield Warrior, Sonic Chick, Turbo Booster, Zero Gardna, Junk Warrior, Nitro Warrior, Road Warrior, Turbo Warrior, Scouting Warrior, Synchro Soldier, Vice Dragon, Attack Gainer, Dread Dragon, Dark Resonator, Blue Rose Dragon. Spells, Double Summon, Fighting Spirit, Junk Barrage, Prevention Star, Advance Draw, Battle Waltz, Half Shut, 1 for 1, Release Restraint Wave, Silver Wing, Tuning, Monster Reborn, Premature Burial, Cost Down, Scapegoat, Synchro Monument, Pot of Greed, Dreamland, Limit Overdrive, Desynchro. Traps, Synchro Ring, Negate Attack, Card Defense, Cosmic Blast, Equip Shot, Give and Take, Graceful Revival, Scrap Iron Scarecrow, Spirit Force, Urgent Tuning, Defense Draw, Descending Lost Star, Reinforce Truth, Shooting Star, Stardust Flash, Synchro Barrier, Crimson Fire, Synchro Sonic, Dust Tornado, Birthright, Trap Stun, Fairy Breath, Miracle's Wake. Naruto changes up the cards in his deck regularly, so when he duels someone, he is unpredictable, just like him.